I'm Robert Vincent. In front of the beautiful Burbank City Council, May 1st, 2013, it's Reorganization Day for the city. We're going to pick the new mayor, vice mayor, and council. So follow us inside. We'll watch the program, and then we'll get some interviews after.
I think one of the things, that has made this community the great community that it is really the engagement of so many people in so many ways. And one of the things that you get to see as a council member, as the mayor, virtually on a daily basis, is the small pockets or large groups of people out there who are doing incredible things. It's been a pleasure over the last 20 years to serve a community that is as proud and great as this community, to stand beside you or with you, or even in disagreement with you over those 20 years. I hope when we did disagree, we were able to do that in an agreeable way. As you've seen, it wasn't always the case. And that's kind of the nature of the beast. I don't regret for one instant any decision that I made. And one of the things I never did was I never closed my eyes. I did this 20 years with my eyes wide open. Made a lot of decisions. I'm sure some were not the best decisions. But I always made the decision that I thought was in the best interest of our community. And when I say our community, that's a pretty broad net. That's future generations, that's current generations, that's our seniors, that's our youth, that's every aspect of our community and every aspect of those future generations. So all I can say is that for the 20 years I did the best I could. I'm proud of what we collectively have accomplished, but it isn't one person who does anything in terms of those accomplishments. It's all of the people. It's the city staff. It's the city managers, and all the way down to every single city worker who actually implements the things and takes care of the city and does the work. It's the boards and commissions. Again, it's the broader group that really takes credit. I'm very, very pleased at what this community has achieved over the last 20 years, and I'm hopeful that over the next 20 years it will be even greater. And I have no doubt about that whatsoever. About the group of people who were involved in accomplishing everything and making the city a great place. I had one person who really helped me a lot. John, come on up here. You're not done yet.
Yeah.
And John and I want to thank my wife and John's mom, Barbara Sykes, for all her support, all her help over the last 20 years while I'm on the city council, for taking care of us, right? All right, we love you. And John, you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
How many parades have you ridden?
19.
Wow.
Well.
John, in recognition of your super help, I have a trophy for you.
Wow.
It says World's Greatest Mayor's Assistant and Chatterbox.
Mr. Mayor, I have a gift for you. Photo you just gave us.
That's pretty funny.
Thank you.
And this, and it reads, presented to Dave Golonsky in recognition of your dedication to the city of Burbank as mayor, 2012-2013. And I'd like to point out that it is a never have been used gavel, so I see you've worn down the old one. I guess we just had to give you another one. And let me just say briefly that it's been a great privilege to serve with you. And later this morning I'll have some other remarks, but let me say that it's been a great pleasure to serve with you. It's been wonderful to get to know John a lot better. And spend Thursdays whenever we could with him and my horse. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, Councilmember John.
Yes, I also like to thank you for all your years of service to our community. I've been watching for many years, but I had the honor of being able to work with you as a colleague for the past 4 years. I learned a lot, and obviously it's been said already, you know, you can't please everyone, and I've learned that over the 4 years. We're all grown adults. You cannot please everyone. Every decision you make up here, you're going to please some people and you're going to upset other people. So, you know, the bottom line is, what's the best for the community? That's my decision making. What's the best for my community as a whole? I don't represent a district, I don't represent a neighborhood, I represent the entire city of Burbank, which consists of approximately 110,000 people. So from me, Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for all your service. I want to thank your family for sharing him with us. Thank you very much, Barbara and John. And Grant, thank you. I've gotten to meet some of your the grandkids as well. So once again, from myself and my family, I'd like to thank you for all your service.
Councilmember Brink.
Thank you, Mayor Golonsky. Well, I've had the pleasure of serving with Dave the past 6 years, and 4 years before that, he appointed me as one of the appointees to the Traffic and Transportation Commission. So I've had the pleasure of really knowing Dave for 10 years. It seems like 6 years ago today, Dave, when after I first got elected that first week, we were down in Screenland, Magnolia, looking at that project. You know, I called Dave and I asked him if he could walk me through it, make sure that I understood everything, and he was like a mentor towards me for my first year, no question about it. And I always looked to him for guidance and everything, and then we tend to blossom out on our own. But his leadership has been phenomenal all the years that I've worked with him. Obviously, you're not going to agree on everything. That's why we're elected officials. But I know his heart was in the right place. He meant well, as we all do up here. So I'd just like to thank you for the 6 years that I've had the pleasure of serving with you up here, and your 20 years of service to the city of Burbank. Thank you.
Okay. Councilmember Gordon.
You know, people might not know this, but I remember before he came here. I remember when Dave Golonsky stood at that podium and addressed the council and spoke up for community rights and neighborhood rights and overdevelopment, and I saw it. So I've had the advantage of seeing the transition over more than 20 years. And, you know, I think it's important that we separate the folks who sit in these positions of responsibility to the community as office holders, and also the individual personalities, which are separate. And so it's been 7 years that I've been on the council. No matter who sat in which seat, I've always addressed, thank you, Mr. Mayor, Madam Mayor, always done that. And that's important, because above and beyond any personalities, the most important thing of any government is to represent the people. That's how our system works. So I want to say that it's important to recognize the service of Mayor Golonsky leaving, or anybody else, that he's done his part to serve his community. Whether you agree with him or not is a separate issue. But the fact that he was willing to step up, it's an example for everyone to know. That's what you do in government in our country. You serve and you step down when the time comes. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone for all they've done to make Burbank a great community over the last 20 years and before that as well, because, you know, an awful lot of that foundation was laid down by people before us. I have the utmost confidence that the incoming council and future councils will continue in that tradition, because I think the Burbank community expects that and will accept no less. So I'm very confident that'll happen. Best of luck to all of you. Best of luck to the incoming council members, to the incoming school board members, and I don't need to say best of luck, but also to our incoming city clerk and city treasurer, who are both doing a great job, and appreciate that. So with that, I'll let you get on with your business of dealing with inducting new council members. Thank you very much.